There it goes. All right, welcome back, everybody. How's the room?
What's up? What's up? Everybody's doing good, hopefully.
Cool. Um, so John, you got anything crazy going on? I know you
Uh,
went on a trip this weekend.
yeah, we went up to Warsaw, Indiana, about 2 hours, 45 minutes north. Um, Girls had stunt clinic for their competitive cheerleading that they do. It was kind of a dad-daughter trip, which was interesting to say the least. I don't usually get to just take them. Usually it's all four of them at the same time. Um, so that was fun, very exciting, very interesting. Kind of learned how they are, and got to spend one-on-one time with my youngest, which I don't usually get to do that much often anymore. Usually it's like group efforts and stuff like that. Dad's not cool anymore, so that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff. That kind of stuff. So, but overall, it was great. We did stop in at a pet shop up in Wabash, Indiana. Um, Very cool pet store. Very old school style pet store. When you think of like mom and pop, private owned, they got the custom built rack with the 20 long fish tanks on the whole
yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. And they had a massive koi pond, like dead center of this. It's almost like it used to be like a Target or like a Hobby Lobby or something, like just big open space, and it's just a pet store, the whole thing. It's really cool. So yeah, it was awesome. Didn't buy anything at the pet store, just wanted to stop in and have a look. That was pretty cool. Did get some cool, exciting news, non-reptile related. Got some cool reptile related news too, but yeah, yeah, the non-reptile related news. So I also keep cockatiels, right? I have a pair of
Yeah,
cockatiels.
yeah.
I've had this pair of cockatiels now. We're going on probably 3.5 years, roughly, give or take. What was it, 2 days ago? I was like, where's my other bird? I only saw one of them. I was like, something's not right. I only see one of my birds. So I got to looking, and I had already gave them a nest box for like sleeping purposes and stuff, because I was sold them as a pair, right? But they were very young pair, male, female. So I wasn't sure if they were actually going to breed, if they were actually properly sexed or anything of that nature. Well, female is sitting on, as of yesterday, she's sitting on 4 eggs currently. So we will be having some cockatiel babies at Void Century Serpents in the near future.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I actually used to breed cockatiels when I was growing up.
That was awesome.
Yeah, my mother and I, we bred those and parakeets.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah, one time we had well over 100 birds, so it
Well,
was kind of neat.
I couldn't do that. I just got super giddy about the small clutch that they got now. But I also heard that once a breeding pair starts breeding, they don't stop. Like it's just
Yeah,
they're just going to
yeah.
keep going.
You do you know have an idea, or can you attach like a nesting box to their cage?
Yeah, they already do. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
I have the nesting box attached, and I didn't see my bird in there, and I was like, "Where's?" Like I checked the little hammock triangle that they had, and I'm like, "She's not in there. What's going on?" Well, then because there's a plexiglass front, so you can see into the nesting box, and I have like a curtain over it. Well, I lifted the curtain and I looked. I'm like, "Does it look like she's sitting on eggs?" Like she's all fluffed out. Like what? And it's the middle of the day. Like what is going on?
Yep.
So then I got nosy, and I went around to the back, opened the latch, and she flushed out real quick, and I'm like, oh, she's got eggs under her. Oh my god! And at that point, she had 3. Come a day and a half later, she's got 4 now. So I would imagine, because they can lay anywhere from 4 to 6,
Yeah.
is what I've been told in one cycle. And your estimated hatch date is anywhere from 18 to 21 days from the date that they are
All
laid.
right.
So they'll fluctuate. So about every 30 days or so, you're going to have a hatch. Like from the time laid to the time hatched for all the eggs should be about a 30-day span, roughly, is what they say. So give or take, we'll see in a couple of weeks, probably into March.
Yeah, and I think it's about 75 or 80% viability on those two.
Yeah.
From
yeah,
what I remember.
Yeah, I would imagine. I was thinking probably at most, even if it was just 2, I'm good. That's success, because I never had the intentions. I got the pair because I wanted them to be able to be social with each other mainly, but also so they could bond with me. Well, the female she refuses to bond with anybody. She will not, no matter how much positive reinforcement you give her. She just does not want to be no part of a person. The male sings, he talks, he'll whistle at you. He's very, very vocal, which is awesome. Love it. Couldn't get enough. But yeah, so it's been a long time coming with them, and they've kind of popped out some success. So that's awesome. And then reptile wise, G-Paul sent me something back when we had some warm weather last week. I got it sitting over there. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. It's we had talked about it in the chat last Monday, and it showed up, and it showed up on Thursday. So it's going great. She's doing good. I gotta pop pictures on IG here before too long, but yeah.
Yep. Well, how you doing, Jamie? I've been trying to pop up comments as we go.
Yep.
So it's pretty short and sweet. I'm due tomorrow ish.
Okay.
Is my 55 days on the 10 egg clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen no action yet. They're starting to dimple in really well. But yeah, I mean, I'm anxious to see what happens here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I went through a pairing cycle this past week. I believe I put them in the box Wednesday night and pulled them out Sunday during the day. We had I had made 7 pairings. I found visually found or confirmed 6 locks. So I'm happy about that. The one that's refusing, sadly, isn't one that I think is very far progressed. So they may have just locked and I just not caught it, but hard telling.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Other than that, I mean, it's been kind of quiet. I've gotten no new snakes in since we talked last.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
There are 4 total in the works to make it this way. So we'll get into those when I get them.
Yeah.
Other than that, can somebody send Val the link to watch on Facebook? He's over here on John's Instagram.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I see him in the comments over here. I got yours pulled up. For some reason, I can't pull mine up. I don't know.
You're not live on IG. I refreshed because I was going to have it pulled up over here on the side so I can monitor your comments. And you're not live on IG over here. So I don't know what's going on.
It's showing me live.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. But, whatever.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it now. I had to clear out my feed there for a second. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys would, somebody flip that to Val on Instagram. He's asking if we're coming on YouTube as well. So that would be awesome.
Yeah. You got Big Papa Morph saying he wants some of that Blizzard you got.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The wife treated me.
There you go.
So But yeah, if you're on Instagram on either channel, hop on over to Satchmo Exotics YouTube channel. Join the conversation. We got quite a bit going on in the chat over here. That's the stuff you see up here on the side of the screen, but sadly they can't really hear or talk to you if you're in the Instagram chats on either side.
Right.
But yeah, we just had old rat bastard pop in. Mark.
What's up there?
We
What's
got
up?
Macomorph.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lynch Outdoors.
That's cool. That's different.
Reptiles. Yeah, we got a lot of
they
people.
Were in last week. Yeah.
Morphs, of course. G Paul. Karina's in here. I think I haven't seen anybody else. So we'll go ahead and bring our guest on, Darren. He's with Crown Royal Pythons. We'll talk to him for a minute and then give him the stage for a little bit. How you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, how y'all?
What's up?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Yep, same here.
So, yep. We were just doing our little introductions like we normally do and weekly updates. You've been doing all right last couple weeks since we've talked?
Can't complain. Weather's been good and breeding season's kicking in real strong now. So yeah, very excited for 2026.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So do you want to give us your little soapbox spiel and tell everybody out there who you are and what you do?
Sure. So my name's Darren Jacobs, and I've been Crown Royal Pythons now for about the last 10 years. And, for a while I just did it with no name, just under my personal name, but been doing shows now for about 10 years with the Crown Royal. Try to stay, as cutting edge as possible with my, with a budget, of course. So you always see stuff out there you want to get and like, but, some of it's, real high priced and some of it's affordable, and you just work with what you can, so that's always been my motto, do the best with what you got and what you can afford, but,
yeah, absolutely.
My passion is clowns. That's my first passion. Let's see. Close second is puzzle now. And then I have a few other things here and there, pads and other things. But most of the stuff is tied in with clown. So if I have, I have Ultramel is tied in with clown. I have Monarch. It's actually at a partner, or not a partner, but an associate's house now. And we're working on that and getting that into clown also. I have, Hypo Clown, Hypo Pod, Marcus Janney Xanthic line VPI pods. I don't have that into clown yet, but it's coming. It'll be probably the next 3 to 5 years before I get visuals, but you know how that goes. So you start off with your double hets and then breed those back to whoever you need to breed that back to get the visuals, over time. So, but like I say, just even if everybody. I've been watching y'all shows. So I'm a little nervous, but first time I've been on live.
Hey, that's okay.
We're good, man.
Yeah.
My mind's going 1,000 miles an hour to try to figure out what to talk about. But anyway, I watch y'all shows and you hear people doing this and talk about that, and whether it's about making money or the passion or whatever, and I've been passionate about reptiles and snakes and everything, turtles, lizards, whatever, since I was 3 years old. My parents are very fortunate as far as entertaining my hobbies, so they let me build a room in their garage back when I was 16, 17 years old. And I had the big Burmese pythons and boas and stuff in there. It was just a walk-in cage, basically. You open up the door and you were in with the snakes. And
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah. And then I had a real bad week one time, and I got bit like 4 times by one was a 14-foot Burmese python, and the other 3 were 7-8 foot red tail boas. I'm like, you know what? This kind of hurts. I've had enough. Y'all are going. So I got rid of all of them, and then I got into colubrids. So I did colubrids for about 10 years. I did the Mexican Black Kings and the gray bands and Pueblo milk snakes and Hondurans and all that stuff, Sinaloans. and really enjoyed that. You know, that's when I finally got into the breeding. I never did breed the big snakes, but that's when I started hatching babies and doing things like that, you know. So, and this was still back when I was young, before I even met my wife. I've been married almost 30 years now, and we have 2 boys. And when they were born and young or whatever, they're 5 years apart. So we lived out in the country, and you know, you don't want to have snakes in the house and then them see a copperhead or cottonmouth or whatever, thinking that's one of Daddy's snakes that got out and grabbed the wrong one. So until they could tell me which snake was which on flashcards, you know, by sight only, I didn't own any snakes. So I was out of reptiles for 10 years. And when I got out of snakes, you know, the ball pythons maybe had about 5 or 10 morphs. You know, you had your pieds, your albinos, some pinstripes, some, I think Mojave had been found or whatever. But they were all like, you know, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for the fancy ones. You know, you could get wild caught imports for $50 to $75, you know. But anyway, when my kids all got big enough and stuff, I started looking back, getting into it, because like I say, this is my passion. And there was a plethora of colors and patterns already, you know, and I was like, okay, let's get into ball pythons, you know. And I'd had one as a pet years ago, just a common classic morph, you know, wild caught morph. And it was a cool snake. I love the size and the demeanor of them and everything. But they just didn't have the fancy colors back then, and now they have all these colors and patterns, and it's like, yeah, this is where I need to be. So yeah, and it's been that way since for the last 10, 12 years now. So
it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when you did colubrids, what was comparing the two, right? Because obviously colubrids do like burmation and all that other stuff. It takes a couple extra steps.
Yes.
Comparing that to your ball python breeding, which do you prefer?
It's 6-12, half a dozen or another. You know, to me, I like the colubrids because, you know, I specialized in with like the stuff I like, of course, just like with ball pythons. I like my certain patterns. I picked the gray bands. I picked the milk snakes, the tropical stuff. The thing that was nice about that is you got a 3-month break when they were in brumation. You didn't have to feed. You didn't have to clean. You checked water bowls and filled those up, but that was like once a week, you know.
Right.
With ball pythons in my breeding now, it's 365, you know what I'm saying? 24/7, not 24/7, but 365. You know, I'm getting eggs from January to December, you know what I'm saying? So, and hatching out everything in between. So, I mean, I like the ball python. I like that part of it, that it's year round, because it's always Christmas at my house because you're opening up gifts with the eggs, and it's always an Easter egg hunt too. You know what I'm saying? So it's opening drawers. You know, like these girls are getting close. You start checking on them, you know, once or twice a day for the next 5 to 7 days or 10 days. You know, but so they have their both gives and takes, the goods and bads, if you want to say. You know, so it's nice to get a break. You know, because I never had a ton of them. I mean, right now I'm running about 185 adults on ball pythons. And at the colubrid peak, I probably had maybe 35 animals. So I was buying my food then. You know, I wasn't raising rats and mice and stuff. So
well, colubrids can double clutch on you too.
Yes,
so
I've even had some even triple.
Once they've had their first clutch, you're not done.
Not necessarily. You're right.
Yeah.
So I had an albino speckled king snake that she triple clutch on me once, and I didn't even pair her up the last 2 times. She just laid fertile eggs. I think the first clutch was like 27. The second clutch was like 18, and the last clutch was 12. I mean, I got 50 eggs out of this one girl, you know. So
yeah. That's
wild.
That's a lot of eggs. I mean, if you're
prolific.
If you're somebody that's new and not expecting that can overwhelm your whole setup right there.
Yes,
you know?
it sure can. Yep. It sure can.
Yeah. I mean, and if your mortality rate is like, you know, you're guaranteeing 80% or better, I mean, you're filling up tubs fast and in a hurry. So
yeah, you definitely got to be over prepared there.
Yeah.
So I see quite a bit of a rack space behind you there. Seems like you got a pretty good operation. You were telling me before you got a partner as well, right?
I'm sorry, say that again. I didn't hear.
You were telling us before that you have a partner as well, correct?
Yes. So this is his facility, and I just brought the collection basically. So he built the room, and I brought in the snakes and the racks, whatever. But we go pretty much from like there's our dry goods and storage over there, and then Then you got 3 of the 40 series, and we got 170 series, and then another 10 series there, and the incubators behind that, and then the babies are on the other side of this in the PVC racks. So
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
you got Freedom Breeder, right? Is that what that is behind you?
yes,
I see the handles for the table.
yes,
That's
That
a
is
very
nice.
nifty trick.
yes, it is very convenient attachment there. Very convenient attachment. So.
Yep.
But what is y'all's? I know y'all have done this before, and I'm trying to make just conversation too. But everybody's got their favorite snake in their rack or whatever. You know, every time you open up that drawer, it makes you smile. What is yours, Carl? So
It's got to be my very first holdback, just because it was a special thing, right?
okay,
And she is as simple as they come, a Mystic Pied. That's it.
okay.
Yeah.
So, she was the only female in the clutch, and I held her back. And I think, like I said, that's a big thing for me, right?
Yeah,
So
that's progression.
yeah. And you know me, I'm a little different. I look at it a little bit different. People's told me, "Oh, you're full of it," but I'm not going to be a real breeder in my mind until I start pairing her and she has a clutch.
It's very satisfying when you've raised babies up, and I've got probably 15 of them in this room now that are babies I've raised up that are giving me babies now. So it is very satisfying when you get to that point. You're right.
Yeah, you start to close the loop. Everything's been born, bred in-house. You can put your stamp. I know from beginning to end how this snake's life, transpired the entire time, because it never left facility, which is very nice.
Yeah.
So
I've got several that I like to just open the box and see. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, that one's got a special place. So and like you said, that's progression. That's progress in motion.
Yes.
Yeah. How you doing, Jay?
Yeah, for me, I would have to say currently, I kind of went through a very drastic downsize. Obviously, I mean, I was up, knocking the door of 100 plus at one point, and I've shrunk like significantly, just because I've needed to, partnerships and shifting and realigning, and obviously did a full rebrand of myself and my breeding projects and program. So right now I have a hatchling. She is a pied posset hypo. She's probably my most beautiful snake I got right now, and I love her to death. She's going to stay forever, probably more than likely, unless she starts producing babies and, she proves out to be hypo and puts me out a hypo baby. But honestly, she's near and dear to my heart. She's got a pretty epic pattern for being just, single gene with a possible het. She's very vibrant, very bright, got a lot of orange, flaming on the sidewalls, she's more of a mid white. So I like the more mid to low white pieds, because they got more pattern showing up. So you got a lot more color option right there.
Yeah. So
for me, that's just kind of where I live in that, but I also love my Darkmoor stuff. So I like the blackhead and GHI and all those things that make things get real dark. That's just kind of where I live. So that's the direction that I'll be going with my program moving forward, is more dark morphs directed, and then add pied to it. So then you get something that's not a Suma, but it has that black and white contrast, is what I'm kind of chasing after. So
I get you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have some things to show you tonight that you'll like, and then I'll have some things that you might not like so much, because I'm a Suma pied fan, So
I got you. Nothing against it. I think it's great. It's great when you get the right pairing, right? So you get a really good line of mahogany that supers out and just absolutely just locks in and is great. It's phenomenal. And even to some that kind of brown down in time, they don't brown down enough to where it bothers me, because you always see them, they hatch out, they're black and white, and you're like, oh my God, look at that panda, it is awesome, I love that. And then it gets older and it's like light brown. It's like, how did I go through that much of a color change because of how much it stretched it? That's wild. But the ones that, they start to age up and they got that darker brown hue, more almost black.
Right.
I like that. I will give credit to the Suma for that. If you can get something that's on that cusp, you're good with me.
And you're right. I mean, you do have to add something else to get it to that black and white, because Asuma is just a brown and white pied. You're right. But if you get the black pastel or the cinnamon or blackhead or the GHI, something else dark with it, it kicks it over the edge very quickly. So puts it in that dark category that you like. So I guess I can kind of do a little show and tell if you right quick, since we're talking about mahogany and pine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's blow you up and let you talk about and show off some of your babies.
All right, sounds good.
There you are.
All right. So this is one I hashed out when we were talking about things. I'm going to kind of kick this back a little bit. So this is a mahogany pied male, 100% het hypo. And I'll show you his sister. The other hole back to the clutch. So you can see the difference. So this is the hypo version of it. So I hit a hypo mahogany pied. I think she has yellow belly in her too, but you can definitely see the gold difference, and I like the little black outline.
Yeah.
So
it's got that good ghost effect over the top too, which is that when you put hypo that way, it works.
Yeah.
Works phenomenal.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's one of I hatched those out last year. So that's my probably two favorites from last year, just because I chasing the Suma pied, and then the hypo came into effect along the path, of course. So really nice, and glad to hit those. And then another thing I hit 3 Pompeys last year, but none of them were normal Pompeys. They all have extra genes here and there. So I'll get this one closer. So this is a Batman Pompey. So this has a Pompey with leopard. Almost kind of tri-stripish with the stripes on the back and everything. But very interesting. So it's a male, of course. All 3 of them are males.
Yeah. I do like that chaining that leopard did to it. How it drew it down to that almost, like you said, tri-stripe look, which is
it definitely was. It helped it out for not being a particular classic Pompeii. It really is still cool looking. So of course. So this one's in shed, of course, but this is a pewter Pompeii. So it's everything Pompeii with pastel, and it's kind of dark and ugly right now with fixing the shed. So, but still pretty cool. And then I hit this one. As you can see the difference. This is a pewter Pompeii with lace. So I've decided to hold this boy back, even though he's got pastel in him. I'm going to hold him back with the lace part. So eventually down the road, I can hit major combo white lace clowns.
Oh yeah, there you go. I like that white lace stuff. That looks nice. So that's a good direction.
That's definitely a direction I'll be heading in the near future. I'd like to say, hell yeah, Val. Listen to Val, guys. Like, subscribe, share this stuff out. Other people need to be looking at these pretty snakes too.
Yeah, definitely.
Russell, it is a combo.
So it's spot nose, red stripe, yellow belly, and black pastel clown is the Pompeii.
Yeah.
And Justin Kobelka made that one very famous, so he popped it out first and sent a lot of people down a path that are still chasing it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm one of them. I'm guilty. So
yeah, it put people in that clown complex pretty heavy.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think that was everybody was trying to do blade clown and a thin stripe and all that stuff back in the day, and now they want the busy patterns and all that stuff. I mean, it's just, I think that's what really drove me towards the clown, because it was so versatile. I'm going to show y'all an example of 2 different clowns, and it'll show you how much versatility is in the clown. Where'd that other one go? I mean, y'all seen a few already, but so like this one here is a pastel leopard inchy clown, and you just get that thin stripe down the back. Pretty much that's all you get. A few little spots on the side, and then you take a inchy stranger clown, and you get banding and spotting and all kind of stuff, whatever. So that's why I really like the clown. Was my passion is just so much versatility. Just a few little gene changes, and you get a whole different looking snake, but it's still a clown. So
Yeah.
I hit a real nice another milestone animal for 2020. So those hypopide mahogany pieds are 2020 late 2024s. So this last season 2025, but we're in 2026 now. I hit me a hypo chocolate clown finally.
Ooh.
And it came out as a male. Thank God, I really needed that. So, so this is your chocolate clown where you get the drip downs and all that stuff. It looks pretty much like somebody poured chocolate syrup down his back and it's just running off the sides there. So
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I've got a hypo chocolate double hit pied DG girl that I can't wait to start working with.
Nice. Well, I know
Val
y'all seen.
Val says, slow down. We like to admire those beautiful babies.
He's so eager. He's like, I just like snakes.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I got a ton of them to show, so I mean, we could be here all the way to midnight if we can, but I know we can't. But I might have to be on in another month to show you the other half of the room, kind of thing. So,
we're not against repeat guests, so
okay,
for sure.
Are y'all doing anything with puzzle?
No,
not personally. No, that's something that I really, really, really wanted to get into, but it's a project I held off on just because of room.
I understand that room is crucial. So I'm to the point now where if I want to add something, I got to sell one or two first to pay for it, and then to make room to get it here. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But I hit a pastel blackhead puzzle in 2025 also, and this is her.
Look at that.
So, yeah, I was very, very excited about that.
Oh, yeah. Dark
so,
just splashes
Gregory,
dark right around there.
Gregory Murray here. That's Batman, in case you guys didn't pick up on that.
Oh, he's on his personal page, ain't he?
Yeah, so he's working puzzle. Val over here is working puzzle.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I was very, very impressed with it. So, and I'm
blowing Val's mind.
Well, you're giving him inspo right there.
Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help each other out, keep everybody motivated. So, y'all. I think I heard in the past, some of y'all are doing Wookiee and some of y'all are doing chocolate.
I got chocolate.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't have any Wookiee stuff.
I don't have any chocolate in my clown stuff yet, but hopefully that's the direction I'm headed.
Well, I've got some stuff that's for sale, so if you're looking for some, in fact, I'll show you one now. This one here is one of my. If I hadn't had a brother of him, that was a few more genes, I'd have probably held this one back. But this is a fire chocolate clown male, and he's probably pushing about 300 grams now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's pretty and he's pounding, so he won't be too much longer before he'll be breeding. So, but I've got a better male that I'm held back. In fact, I can show you his brother.
Hi, partner. There's my partner right there, Jody.
So this is Fire Chocolate Inchy Yellow Belly Red Stripe. This is his brother that I'm keeping. So definitely blew out the chocolate pattern and the Inchy pattern with that. And I love his head stamp. He's got a wild head stamp. If I can get that to the camera. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept him and a female out of the clutch. She doesn't have the orange dream and the yellow belly, the red stripe. Let's see where she's at. She doesn't have the inchy. She's just chocolate red stripe clown. Maybe yellow belly too, but we'll find that out down the road. But I love the dots in her back like that. That was just kind of cool. When she was in the egg or whatever, I was like, oh, I can't wait for that one to come out. I already had my favorite.
Yeah, I do like personally. I like to see a little patterning and change up in the dorsal like that as well.
Yeah. But so I've shown y'all a bunch of chocolate clown. I hatched out multiple Wookiee clowns this late 2025 to early 2026. So let me pull a few of them out for you.
Well, Mark from Rat Bastard said that last one definitely looks yellow belly.
Okay, well I appreciate that info. So this is Wookiee where you don't get the drops as much as the drop downs as much. You still get some, little ones on the side there, but not nearly as deep as the chocolate. So this is just plain Wookiee right here, a male. And then this is pastel Wookiee here.
Yeah, look at what it did to those side patterns. Just that.
Yeah, gave it a richer dark dorsal as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did some wicked stuff with pastel. It took it the opposite way. They always like, oh, pastel's a fade or a brightener. That didn't fade or brighten.
And then this third one here, another male. This whole clutch was male heavy, but this one here is pastel Wookiee yellow belly clown. Of course, it's in shed or going into shed. It's kind of blue, but just like I say, the great variances or whatever I'm liking, so I think I still like my chocolate a little bit better than the Wookiee, but I still see potential and great things to do with the Wookiee.
Yeah.
So
you've struck some inspiration.
Good deal.
Well, Val said he's getting Wookiee soon.
Well, I've got plenty for sale if anybody needs any. Are y'all familiar with the Kraken?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen them. I just not frequent.
So I hit one in that clutch, another male, but this is a pewter Kraken. So it's not the dark with the sucker spots, but it's really light with the sucker spots. So, and this thing possibly could be red stripe, also. Oh, is that my camera changing colors or?
I think so. You went purple on us.
Yeah, I don't know what I didn't touch nothing. I don't know how I did that.
He turned on the black light feature.
Yeah.
He's about to pull out a blue-eyed cystic and say, "Look, you see the pattern?"
I know. I don't know. Okay, I'm not very tech savvy either, as y'all know from chats in the past either. So I don't know what we're doing here.
Now you don't have a power save mode, or maybe you got an external webcam. Maybe it's getting warm or something.
No, I'm on the computer cam only. So let's see. I didn't touch anything, and I don't know how to fix this.
So if you scroll over your little bitty box, it'll give you settings, 3 dots. Click on that, and you can look at the settings.
Which little bitty box are you talking about, bud? Sorry.
So you got the big screen, and then you got the little screen with just you in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you should have settings right there for your mic and your camera and such.
Yeah.
See if that doesn't solve it. If it doesn't, you're going to have to go in the back door through your camera settings.
Yeah. You might also just try turning the camera off, like disable the camera and then turn it back on, see if that fixes it. That might correct.
Yeah, if you got one of the F keys at the top, if those are active, a lot of times you can turn it off and on the camera.
And I don't even. Hold on. Let me see if my buddy's still out here in the shop. My partner. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
We're good.
We'll give you a little break there.
Yeah.
So he's showing a little bit of fire so far.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's shedding light on where pastel works.
Yeah.
I give him credit there because that's
So G Paul said go ahead and leave the studio and come back in following the same link. But when you do, if you take that link, copy it, and paste it in your browser and come in that way, it usually avoids some of the problems.
Yep.
So let's exit and then try to get back in.
Batman, she's doing phenomenal. She's good. I got her set up over there. She's looking great. I'm actually going to offer food tomorrow because she's already starting to be a little bit more kind of pacing. But I got my ASF colony right here inside the house. So I would imagine that's probably why.
Yeah, that's what we just told him.
Yeah.
He's on his laptop. So, John, were you wanting that 5-slot rack?
Yeah.
Rack?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be fine. That actually would
Okay,
actually help me out.
So make some time to get over here. You have to find tubs, but I can send you a link to Amazon where to get them.
Yep.
Because I've got all the tubs, the old tubs employed.
Right. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I figured as much that you were at capacity and over capacity at this point with
So if you wanted to go ahead and preload them with some colonies, I'm weaning probably tomorrow as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can pick you out some colonies to start with.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's actually, believe it or not, that colony right there, it came from you. That was the colony that I got from you. It's expanded pretty good. So I'm working that colony. My other one that I picked up, where I picked up like a massive amount, they started to dwindle a lot faster than what yours did as far as breeding goes. They like started to slow down.
Yeah.
They were still a little bit more seasoned breeders in general. And I was trying to rotate, but I wasn't rotating. I think my cycle was off. I wasn't pulling new males in fast enough to where they were doing what they were supposed to do. A lot of them were getting killed by, I had an old male in there, raise up a new male. Before that new male could get to size, that old male was just offing him. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
If you pull that, like, and it really depends on the size of your colony and the area too. If you keep too many males, that's what'll happen.
Yeah.
Area.
I was doing a 2 to 10 in the concrete mix tubs, the big deep concrete mix tubs. So they had plenty of room, but for some reason, I don't know what was going on, but the young males were getting offed, or they were like chewing the nuts off of them, or I was like, what's going on? Like, I got to do something different. And then obviously we had that cold snap that came through, so all production like slowed down, like to the point where I'm pulling adults to feed adults off, and I'm like,
here's good information for you.
I think I got it fixed, guys.
Yeah, you look a lot better.
Yeah.
Well,
at least
the camera does. I don't know.
Right. I guess it goes with the shirt though, the purple.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's
going to Nick. What's up, Nick?
He's going to start pulling out ivories, blue-eyed leucistic, black-eyed leucistics, just to check pattern.
Yeah.
John, if you want to get with me, and
yeah.
we'll get that rack. As soon as you get tubs, we can fill it up.
Yeah.
Or you can take some now and then fill it up on your own later, whatever you want to do. But let's get back to this smoke show. I'm gonna blow him back up and get him back on these snakes here. There you go.
All right. So we'll continue with the fireworks then.
Yeah.
Y'all got any acid? Y'all playing with acid or confusion?
Not yet.
Nope.
I did have a confusion female, yellow belly confusion female. and I ended up letting her go too early, kicked myself in the butt for it.
Right.
But I do have an acid male coming,
Okay.
courtesy of G-Paul.
There you go.
Nice.
This is a fire black pastel acid clown male I hatched out, and he's right at about 600 grams now, 550, 600 grams. So really excited to start using him. He's got a wicked head stamp too, if I can get that going. Ah, come on. Right about. Put your head down. He don't want to show off, but that little phoenix looking head stamp is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is
So-
pretty wicked.
My
Yeah, I
man
got
Bo-
him. I hatched him out from a het clown I got probably 6 years ago, and just wasn't interested in females. So every year you're just watching the price drop, and you finally get this stuff to produce, and it's like half to what you would have got if he'd have started breeding right away. So
Yeah. But
and I've been taking advantage of, not taking advantage of, but like people getting out of the industry, and I have mixed emotions about the auctions on Morph Market. I hate to see the prices that they're going for, but in the same breath, I have taken advantage of the prices that they're going for too. So anytime you can find a good deal, we all jump on it, right? So
Yeah.
it's like
I mean,
collection
and-
buyouts and everything like that too. So I mean, if you get the
At
option,
the end of the day, it's going to stay a buyer's market because things are only going to be going for what people's willing to pay for it. Nobody's going to sit there and hold their snakes forever.
No.
And I think that's something that the auctions highlight. You know what I mean?
yes,
And there's a fine edge to that, double-edged sword, if you will. The people that say auctions don't do well, in my opinion, are putting lower end snakes on there.
yes.
You know
yeah,
what
if
I
you
mean?
put
And then-
if you put
and then-
two codoms with one recessive up, and they're like, "Hey, this is a breeder, but it's het." Nobody's going to take the bet on the het, right?
Yeah.
It's almost kind of where the auction block is if you're going to auction off something and you want high dollar, you need to auction off something that's got visual representation of morphs that people
Yeah.
want to be working.
Yeah,
you need
it's
to
almost-
you need to
it's
use
the
it
point where you gotta
correctly.
put
You
stuff
need to,
that you would have held back for yourself, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
well, you need to use it correctly. You need to set a reserve or start out a price as something that you think's fair. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit of a deal because you're on an auction,
Yeah.
and then let it go from there. Because I've seen things go for $2,000 and $2,800 on auctions because
yeah.
they were those kind of snakes.
Right.
But you do 66% het with one codom, you're going to get that $20-$30.
By the time you pay shipping, you're spending more in shipping than you are for the snake. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my. Yep. I'm just gonna stop talking. I want to watch.
This is probably my favorite snake in the room. Well, it's a close race with this one and one other, and I'll show her in a second. But I picked this up in a collection from a friend of mine. He had a partner starting off, and the guy would come over, 2-3 times a week to help clean, feed, and all that stuff. And then life happens. The partner had a baby, and of course, you got to take care of family first. I'm a firm believer in that. But the other guy kept getting more and more burnt out. I mean, almost to the deep depression levels. And we had been negotiating on about 10 animals that he had, and finally he's like, man, he goes, I wanted X amount of dollars, and he started off at about $150,000 for his entire collection. And as time progressed, and he wasn't buying food or couldn't get food, and things got a little bit more worse condition. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to talk about anybody, but just saying the story, how I got this stuff. He finally held me up after about a year, maybe a year and a couple months negotiating. He's like, just come pick what you want, and we'll help see if you can find somebody else to take the rest. So I went over there, picked out about 15, 18 animals, this being one of them. It was a baby when I got it. It was only about 150 grams. He's almost 700 grams now. So he'll be breeding back. But the guy that I got this from shed tested this, and he's supposed to be. So the dad was a Cypress Trojan het clown bred to a Pompeii female, and they shed tested it. There's no Cypress test, or there wasn't at the time, and it shed tested negative for red stripe. But there's no way that this isn't red stripe. It came back just as a black pastel.
As we know now, there's a couple different lines of red stripes. So if you run that again, it probably tests positive for the other line.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it back in. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's Cypress in there. I was really wishing there was Cypress in this, but I'll fix that. I have animals I can correct that with this guy, but I'll get Cypress clown into this real quick this next year. But I was super stoked to get this one, and I'll show you his mom. Well, I'll bring his mom out now.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's got red stripe though. That orange that he's got that's washing down the back real hard. You can see it even through the camera resolution, which I mean.
So you talk about snakes kind of browning out. So this is a visual Pompeii, the big girl in my hand here.
Right.
So she was very red when she was born and young and all that stuff. But as our snakes get older, a lot of times they do brown out. But still a beautiful snake, and still plenty of projects to be done with her. She'll probably go back to her son. So this boy will probably go back to her to make super red stripe stuff and other combos. Hopefully the Trojan. And the Trojan is a new gene I've been playing with too. Just kind of, I think it's pulling out a lot more red with this animal also with the Trojan. So,
yeah. So, Mission Morse wants to know if you're from the Beaumont area.
I am from the Beaumont area.
Yeah. So he said he believes he's met you a couple times at Herps.
I meet a lot of people, so I apologize if I don't recognize the name or whatever. But I probably meet 1,000 people per show, and unless something like Mike sticks out. I met Mike at several of the Herp shows and stuff, and so from Third Coast, Mike?
Yeah.
So I met him and we chat and stuff, and just we develop friendships, So and I'm always about making friends or whatever, I got a lot of acquaintance out there, so it's just one of those things. So if something, or he may say something in the comments that'll remind me of what he is or who he is, I'm saying, as far as looks, or we talked about a snake or something like that, just jogs my memory, so.
Yeah. So anybody going to NARBC Dallas next month?
I will be vending. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, John says he'll be there as well.
Yeah. Who's going to be there?
Mission Morphs, John.
Okay. Good deal.
Al will be there.
Oh, wow.
So I will be vending under another company name. I'll have this shirt on, or maybe a different Crown Roll shirt, but I will have something with Crown Roll on. But we'll probably be vending under Piney Woods Reptiles. And that's my partner that has this room in this building. So we built this room inside of a 30 by 40 shop or whatever. So he had the building and built the room, and like I said, I brought the collection and the racks, basically. So y'all got sunglasses with y'all?
I mean, I can grab some. He's bringing out something bright.
Something bright, brother. Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm here for it, man.
Oh yeah, that's bright. Oh yeah, look at that yellow. Oh.
And she got
attitude. That's my kind of snake. So what all does that butte have in it?
I'm gonna guess Inchy. Let's throw Inchy in the mix.
Well, it's a super Inchy, so you're good on that.
There we go.
Super Inchy butter vanilla, orange dream yellow belly het clown.
Okay.
And spicy.
Fired up for sure.
She looks like a Satchmo snake, because I do love them spicy.
Yeah.
She get
closer and closer. I'm gonna put her back up before she does tag me.
So Russell will be there. Texas made morphs.
Cool.
So I'm gonna pull out another pretty bright one.
G. Paul said shipper.
So I got this girl at the very last Tinley I went to from Chad Holker, Holker's Herps. So this is a pastel desert ghost puzzle.
Look at how busy that pattern is. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, I almost think you need pastel and puzzle just to make them look right and pretty, you know. And obviously, pastel and DG doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So-
Pastel DG looks. Those are mirror trays. They work so well together about keeping it bright.
Yeah,
And you throw that busyness of that puzzle into it. Clean yet chaotic. It's awesome.
Sinful Serpent said they'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had room for another 12 adults, I think I'd bring on puzzle because there's a direction that I haven't seen anybody go, and I want to go there.
okay.
Listen, that's why you collab with someone else that maybe has a little bit more of a foothold, and you just pick up 3 or 4 animals and you send it to them. Carl.
Well, I don't want to ask your secrets, but there's a good friend of mine. He's out of Texarkana, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Kevin Fink is his name. KDF Morphs. And he's probably the second guy in the country behind Wilma Rose, because Wilma Rose is in our country now. He was Canada, but he just moved down to Georgia. As far as most puzzle morphs with the most genes and stuff like that, you know, in projects. So I know Kevin has got already animals. He's already made axanthic puzzles and hypo puzzles, and I think he's going to be this year a real good shot at making the true ghost puzzles. So, but this girl here is at 25 millimeters, so there's a good shot of getting DG puzzles this year over here at Crown Royal.
Nice.
All righty.
Nice.
I got redhead going on. I hatched this little guy out. I put him on a video a while back, but that's just a redhead clown with that backstripe and pattern and spotting and stuff. And it's a little male. He's up for sale. He's up for discussion. So
Nice.
anybody wants to add anything crazy, I'll
Quit
show
it.
you my
Quit it, Dennis. Quit it.
puzzles. True Ghost sound awesome. Yes, sir, they do. I'm just waiting for Kevin to produce it. I don't want to compete against him, but I want to support him too. And when he produces enough that he's got some for sale, I'm just going to buy one from him because he's so far ahead of me anyway. It would take me 3 or 4 years just to even get where he's at now, basically, you know. So buy a xanthic puzzle, buy a hypo puzzle, breed those together. You make visual puzzles, double hits, and then you raise the nose back up to breed to somebody, you know. So
Right.
I'll show you. This was my pride and joy. She hatched out like this was my Christmas present to me. So this is some of that dark stuff you're going to like, John.
Oh yeah. I already saw. As soon as you pulled it out, I was like, "That's dark. I like it."
Yeah. So this is GHI Wookie Cypress Yellow Belly Clown.
Mm-hmm. You already hit the nail on the head with 2 traits right there. You said GHI and Cypress, and both of those will be in the collection before too long. I got a GHI female that's het pied up here.
Yeah.
I gotta get my hands on some more Cypress stuff. I don't have any Cypress in the collection right now, and that's the direction I would love to take is to get some Cypress and work that GHI Cypress back and forth.
I got the perfect little male for you right here. Cypress Yellow Belly Clown, buddy.
Oh yeah.
So Split Rock Reptiles from Instagram said they'll be at NARBC as well.
Yeah. Split Rock's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He
Hopefully they hop over to YouTube and join the conversation.
Split Rock is real big into the black-headed pythons. Not black-headed ball pythons, black-headed pythons. So
Yeah. Those are pretty epic, and they are starting to get a foothold. I mean, I will say that there's a market for them for sure.
Yep.
Mission Morph said he'll be front left behind Chewy next to NARBC, close to where the coffee people set up every year.
Okay.
So look him up.
So this here is just a Cypress Wookiee clown.
Yeah, even that's
Yeah.
dark. Got a dark effect on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sleeping on the Cypress. I
Yeah,
need to get
I
some too.
Carl, I've been saying it. I've been saying it for months. Cypress is gonna. It's gonna take, and it's gonna go. It's gonna go for a lot of people. Yeah.
Chicken butt.
Where are we talking about?
Third ghost said, "Guess what?" I said, "Chicken butt."
Oh, okay. I raise chickens too, so I sell a lot of butt nuggets every week too. You know.
So he said, "Clutch number 4 on the ground."
Nice.
Oh, I was going to give y'all an update. I had clutch number 4 today. That let me pull her out, show her off. I've been talking about her.
Yeah, old Jamie, Wookie super dark.
And Wookiees in the chocolate complex, like with the chocolate and everything like that, they're a lot dark. They're like kind of a darker morph anyway, right?
Yes.
If I'm hitting the mark on the head. So, yeah.
So this is a Canova girl that I got in that collection
And
from my
we're
buddy
on, we'll
Houston.
get her fat.
This is that chocolate red stripe yellow belly pixel het clown girl.
Congrats, Jody.
She dropped 5 eggs for me when I got here this afternoon about 12:30 in the room.
Nice.
So she had dropped them last night. They weren't quite stuck together, so they're still pretty fresh.
Yeah. And she already has good. She looks good. I mean,
Yeah, she didn't drop a lot of weight, so I was kind of pleased with that. So
for sure.
Pixel gang.
Val said, "Got a little Cypress."
Got a little Cypress, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all doing ultra milk?
I don't accept your apology, Mike.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Look, Tire God said Cindy Cypress all the way. All the way. Cindy Cypress. Yes. Hit that dark morph all the way. Yeah, I'm gonna be working Ultra Male when they get up to size.
All right, so
Look
these are 2 chocolate ultra male het clowns, a male and a female. So I've been pairing them to try to make the super chocolate ultra male clown is what the goal is here.
Nice. Yeah, so that's actually the pickup that I just got from G Paul. She's a granite head ultra male, and then I have a leopard pied head ultra male from Peace and Pets. And once those both get to size, they'll be breeding, and hopefully we produce leopard granite ultras that are het for pied. Hopefully, that's the direction.
Okay.
Hopefully, so.
Well, since I teased you with those,
Ultra pies and tri-stripes.
Yeah. So ultra tri-stripes or just tri-stripes? That'd be interesting to see.
Tri-stripes is his sons. I don't know if they put Ultramel in their tries or not yet.
I think that'd be pretty wicked to see.
So this is the actual chocolate ultra male clown.
Yeah.
So he's just not quite big enough to go back to see his mama yet, but next year for sure. I'm already breeding her to the het, so I really don't want to mix it. Because I guess
these are both double visuals.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's wicked.
So
you got that candy going on. What? Val, I got a sweet tooth.
All right, I need 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna turn my camera off here. I'm gonna hit a restroom break.
That's all right.
So this is a Hypo Mojave leopard. This Hypo Mojave and leopard het puzzle girl. So
look at Mike. He's trying to snake in on your snakes.
I got a snake he can hold.
He may have seen one or two.
He might have, yeah. Mike's got a past, huh?
Chocolate sugar, yeah. That's going to be in the mix for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Now, how is Val showing pictures like that, or is that Mike showing pictures?
Those are emojis.
Okay. Well, I saw, or maybe that was just her symbol. That's what it was. That was her her page picture or whatever. Okay, it was a snake first or whatever. So
Well, yeah, that's a picture is a Silver Surfer.
okay. Oh yes,
Triple visual right there.
right. I remember y'all talking about that one. So
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
beauty.
gonna wait for. Oh, good. John's back. All right. I was waiting for you to get back to show other things. So
Oh yeah, he's going to pull out Darkmoor stuff. He's over here saying, "Hey, don't cream your shorts, but you might."
Might feel a little tickle down there.
Right. Ooh, look at that.
So I'm going to show you the difference between just a Suma and then the black pastel Suma. So this is a Suma het pied female.
Okay.
I don't know how well you can see that. Looks pretty good picture.
Yeah.
There we go. And then here, you can see this darker. So this has black pastel in it. So as I was showing you, if you just put a little bit cinnamon or black pastel, you get much better results, you know. So
Right.
this black pastel girl is not het for anything. She's just gonna make black snakes for me.
Right.
So
And if you look, so that the one that has black pastel in it, if you hold up their belly pattern, that black pastel female, she's got a more of a gray tone on her belly versus the other one that's got more of a true white looking belly. So it being that it draws it down closer to that underbelly on her.
Yeah.
It's just that I think that's what kind of sets it apart. When you think like super dark snakes, you lean Suma, but because of that brown out effect, and most of it's kind of radiating up from the belly. So with that black pastel drawing down more of a darker look on that belly, I think it just kind of keeps more of that dark overlay.
yeah, I think you're right on that too. Let's see. Oh, I got a few more. Well, let me see. I don't have any banana males. I always get females if I'm going to get bananas. So this is a banana leopard clown.
Oh yeah.
So
And she's got some good freckles, very subtle freckling on her too, which is nice.
So y'all always talk about inside tricks and trades or whatever. So I heard y'all talking about the other day about trying to figure out if an animal was hypo or not by the shed. So this is a fire banana. So if you breed fire and even inchy into banana, you get no freckles. Kind of like the super bananas don't get any freckles either.
Right.
She has a few. I don't want to say no, but she gets very few.
Yeah,
Here,
very
and that's
subtle.
about all she has on her. So, and this is another het clown girl. Now, that being said, I'm going to show you a daughter that came out of her. So I bred a black pastel acid to that fire, black pastel acid het clown to that fire banana het clown. And this girl is
Oh wow! Look at
she spotted all up like, but I don't know if it's the black pastel or I think she's acid too. So I think this is a fire black pastel acid 66% het clown. So I'll get her shed tested eventually. It's a little female, but she's just so cool. I had to hold her back, so she's the only one in the clutch I held back.
Yeah,
but
definitely got that purple. That
yeah.
When you think
that metallic sheen almost at the bottom. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but she's just like metallic.
Yeah.
Looking almost flashy coppery looking at the bottom with the alien heads. Is Mike still watching us? I'm gonna show. I showed him a picture of this snake a while back, just he and I chatting on the phone. But some friend of mine, they call this the cowhide rug snake or whatever. So I'll let y'all look at it and see what y'all decide and think.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. When you said cowhide rug, I was like, wait a minute. Like, what's he about to pull out? Yeah. Nail on the head.
Yeah. So this is black pastel inchy pinstripe yellow belly calico.
Goodness, that calico expression is just such
Yeah.
high white calico.
Well, that's
Wow.
what pinstripe. So pinstripe and spider do very similar things with the calico. They pull the high white sides up.
Yeah.
And this is actually in the Campfire Project. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Campfire Project with Ben Rennick and all that stuff back in the day. So it just looks like they called this the firestorm when I was negotiating buying this. You can see all the flaming and the ashes like blowing in the wind, like a firestorm here on the tail. So really neat animal.
Yeah, very, very, very cool.
This is another calico girl I have. I hatched this one out and raised this one up. So like you're talking about that progression or whatever, I'm just glad to get her to size, and I'm still trying to figure out a male to put with her. I want to find another calico male. I don't own a single calico male right now. So that way I can guarantee more.
What morph is she?
So she is this is what I believe she is. She's an Orange Dream Inchy Mojave calico.
Okay.
If I can get her head right. She kind of has that, well, not maybe as much, but an inchy head stamp kind of. You know, I think Mojave's kind of messing that up. So, but just the oranges and the pattern down the side is all that Mojave and inchy, which is like the mochis. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the mochis back in the day. Mojave inchies. So, but another cool girl.
Yeah, I like how it like deleted alien heads. Like it just went, nope, you're gone.
This was a little more subtle, but I'm bringing her out because she's available. So this is a black pastel. She wasn't sold to me as pastel, but I believe she's pastel too. So anyway, she's black pastel, Mojave Wookiee het clown, and I believe she's pastel too. So she made that Kraken baby, that pewter Kraken for me. So the pastel had to come from somewhere, and it definitely wasn't the dad. The dad was just a red striped GHI clown. So, but anyway, this girl's available if anybody wants to get into plug and play Wookiee clown projects.
Nice. Sometimes subtle actually works really well with a snake, and that works.
Yeah, most definitely. I got this girl 2 years ago from Jason Kittinger, Kittinger Reptiles, and she's right now 1,280 grams. So she'll start seeing. Well, her boyfriend or future boyfriend has got to grow a little bit more. But this is a Fire OD Calico Clown female, and I'm gonna put her with this boy here. He's a Super OD red stripe yellow belly clown.
Yeah.
So they ought to go pretty good together.
They really draw out an orange effect to it for sure.
Yep.
Yep. Do what Nick and Val said. Smash the crap out of that like button. Share this stuff out, guys.
Yeah, I keep watching. I sent this out to several friends. I'm trying to see if I saw Lynch earlier, but I think I was a different Lynch. I got another friend of mine who was he was supposed to join too, whatever, but I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate our Mondays.
Yeah.
Monday sessions are nice. They turn out well. You know, we have a great support system, great following, and we love bringing people to the stage, you know, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm so nervous." And I'm like, "Listen, if you only knew how much we fly by the seat of our pants."
Right. So this is a cinnamon mahogany clown female I hatched out.
Nice.
More of that progression stuff. Finally getting her to size to get her breeding. So
Yeah.
these came out. I hatched these out about the same time Justin was hatching the Kraken stuff. So these had the little sucker lines on the side or whatever. So I was kind of calling them the poor man's Kraken. But
There you go. There you go.
actually, I hatched 3 females out. I was hoping to get a boy, which I was glad with the girls. Don't get me wrong. It's just long-term return. But I ended up selling one of these for just under $9,000. So I can't complain. That's been my highest sale so far to my career. So I want to bust 10,000, but I think that's getting harder and harder to do. So I don't know.
Yeah. The goalpost keeps getting moved further and further away. That's what it
Yeah.
seems like.
Yeah.
But the key is that there's a market for any direction you want to take. You know, if you like seeing it, I can almost bet there's somebody out there that likes seeing it just as much as you. So there's always going to be a market for it in some way.
So this is one that came in that collection too. This is a black pastel yellow belly lace clown female. So that's one of my chances to make white laces. And she's sitting at about 1,500 grams, maybe 1,600 grams now. So she likes her rats.
Yeah. Speaking of rats, so you obviously breed your own rats. Are you African soft furs? Or are you Norwegians? What's your preferred choice on feeders?
I do all 3, basically because I have a couple of girls that's all they'll eat is soft furs, and then I have a couple of girls all they'll eat is mice. Luckily, they'll eat 8 to 10 at a time on the mice, so they're
Right.
getting good meals still. But we cater to our animals. If they wanted lasagna, we'd make lasagnas, right? You know, so
Right.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
keep on trying to get mine to eat pot roast and potatoes and carrots, but they won't do it.
well, that's what we eat. It's made us gross, so we figured it'll work, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, from what I hear, there is some somewhat of a success in that the alternative, the links or whatever, mouse alternatives for snakes, but the casing's not right. They haven't figured that part out yet, because whenever you get a strike, they kind of shred it. kind
Okay.
of thing. So I don't know. I don't know anybody that's tried it. So
Yeah, I don't know either. Now I say I don't know. My partner here, he has indigos. We have Eastern indigos too here, but they're in his house away from this collection. I don't mix any other morphs or species in a room. It's all ball pythons or all boa constrictors or all big pythons, whatever you're doing. I think, firm believer, keep it separated.
Yeah.
There's no cross contamination with any diseases or parasites or whatever. And whatever your one ball python can handle that you bring into the room is the rest of the room can handle it too, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I know, Carl, you've mentioned multiple times about that test with the Nido and the boas and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Or-
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Well, there's several different several
Oh.
different species that can be carriers and be
Yes.
asymptomatic. So
Yes.
it's imperative to do your research on things like that and do the proper testing and quarantine.
Most definitely. I mean, I had another friend in Houston. He pretty much he probably had about a $50,000 to $80,000 collection and lost over half of it to a respiratory infection he never could get a handle on. And they kept sending animals into A&M to get tested, and figure out what it was. Well, they kept testing for ball python things. So finally they changed it up about the fifth animal he sent to him, and it's a respiratory that's associated with green tree pythons. So they were looking at a whole nother species, and it wasn't even. It's kind of like the shed testing. It was another line of respiratory, and it wasn't picking up on the ones they were testing with. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, he caused him a lot of heartache and loss and pain or whatever. But at least it's figured out now. And I don't mean to sound cold, but I probably got $100,000 to $150,000 collection here. Not bragging by any means, because it's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But if it sneezes in my place, it freezes. Even if it's a $10,000 animal, it's to protect the greater good. I know there's people out there that do vets and everything else, whatever, but these snakes don't communicate with us. And by the time they're showing symptoms, they're almost past the point of bringing them back anyway. So it's just for the greater good in my collection. If I have an animal that sneezes, unfortunately, it goes to deep sleep. So.
Yeah, well, I stress people get comfortable and they lax on their cross contaminations and their quarantine stuff, and that's easy to do. You get something like that, you say like it sneezes, it freezes, but by the time it's sneezing, you may have already spread that a little farther than you wanted to.
Yeah.
If it's in the room, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So
Yeah, and people don't even think about cross contamination on feeding tongs or using a scraper in one tub and then turn around scraping another tub with it or things like that without disinfecting in between. You know what I mean?
right.
Well, there's a lot of things, because it's just like that old theory: a doorknob's the dirtiest thing you'll ever touch.
Yep. Because everybody else has touched it too.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I'm, different points in our career with this, or hobby, however you want to call it, we've all, had better access to things or not. So yeah, you're talking about quarantine now. I get a new animal in. I'm very selective of who I buy things from now. If it's I probably got a half a dozen animals in here from Ozzy Boyd. I probably got a half a dozen animals from here from Justin. I bought that guy's collection. Actually, I bought 2 collections last year, but I knew where their animals came from. I went to their facilities to see how they house them, how they cleaned them. I mean, and we were friends, right? So I've been to their places. I know what they've been through and stuff. So you just have to be very selective and careful. I know Garrett. I don't know if he's watching tonight or whatever. He's active with us, but he went and got some rescue animals one time, and and I'm talking to him like, "Why are you getting those? What benefit are you?" "Well, I'm doing it for the animals." I understand that part, but you're taking a chance with the rest of your collection, and he's got a really nice collection for just getting started in this. But he brought in mites with those animals that he rescued too. So that's you just got to be careful. You have to think, okay, your animals are trapped in the room that you have them in. They can't get away from something you bring in. So you have to be the adult and the wise person to protect them. It's kind of like your children. You don't take them to anybody's house or any neighborhood, right? Because bad things can happen or they can get sick. You don't take them to hospitals if you don't have to, unless there's another family member that y'all want them to go visit. It's just certain playgrounds are not safe, so you don't take them to hospitals and stuff like that. You just got to be careful what you bring in with your collection too. So I don't know.
That's part of the learning curve as well. Personally, I've dealt with mites 3 times, but they've always been in quarantine, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And you'll have that. And I don't care what knowledge level you are. You can be that 40 year in the hobby or 40 year in the business person. You're still going to learn something every single day.
Every day.
Yep.
If you're willing to listen, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
There are people who are just think they're
That's
above
where a
everybody.
lot of people lack. That's where a
Yes.
lot of people lack is the listening and understanding. And you know, I've done things in the past. I'm like, well, that was fucking dumb. You know, I mean, I've been there, right?
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
I've taken a lot of great advice off a lot of people in the chats tonight,
Yeah.
and some of these other Instagram groups that I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, I got one more. I just identified this one the other day. So I go to Morph Market more for research, R&D as I call it, research and development. What has somebody made that's cool looking that I have the genes to progress with? You know what I'm saying? That I can make this. So this one hashed out in the clutch and it was different. I just wasn't sure exactly what it was, but I finally figured out that this is a blackhead stranger clown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's a little boy, so he'll be staying.
Ah, man. Darn.
Sorry.
You almost had me sold on clown. You almost did. You almost did.
I'll get you there, buddy. Don't worry. You hang around long enough, you'll learn.
That's nice. That's nice. I like that dark, that orange, that contrast is just it's good. It's cool.
Well, my goal with him or his future down the road is to be with those mahogany, one of those mahogany clown girls or whatever. Oh, that's something I can show you. That's really cool. I remember where I put them all. All right, there's one. And of course, he's in shit. Where's the other one? There she is. So I don't know how well y'all can see the patterns and stuff. Any guesses on what these might be besides clown?
You kind of gave it away. You said mahogany clown, didn't you?
So this one on this side is a mahogany clown. This is a female.
Yep.
This is a stranger clown. So that's why for a while they were wondering if stranger and mahogany were the same thing. And like I say, he is in shed, unfortunately. So he's really almost identical twin with her pattern. Very, very subtle differences.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cross mahogany and stranger this year with a couple breedings and clown, see what it comes out to look like.
Almost like maybe an allelic thing going on there that might produce something really wicked.
Well, so that's a possibility, but I think supposedly Justin has disproved that because he bred, obviously you breed a mahogany and a mahogany, you make a summa.
Yeah.
And Justin supposedly made a super stranger that was not a solid black snake. So usually when you get allelics, they're going to do very similar or almost exact things or whatever. So
right.
Not always, but
I think personally, I've looked at those myself, and I think there's just enough differences.
Yeah.
That leads me to believe that never was a fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It got disproved pretty apparent by representation.
Yeah, but like I say, just representation, just eyeballing those. If you were walking in the wild and there were definitely their own genes, but you didn't know that looked very similar. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like
enough time at looking at the gene and what it does in different combinations. So
yeah. I mean, like, I know a lot of people frown on certain genes and combos or whatever, but like I have no spider in my collection because of the neurological issues and stuff with it, and they're hard to sell now. Just because people have educated themselves, it's still a beautiful morph. And Orange Dream and Spider are just made to go together. You know what I'm saying? So very beautiful combos, but I just can't sell them and I don't make them, so I don't have any. But this being said, this is a super spot nose Russo clown, and there is a wobble. He's a little wompy, but I have projects for him to do and things to make with him. So I have 9 chocolate clown girls, and I like the Dark Knight stuff. So he'll see 2 or 3 of them. You know, I'll make other combos with him too, but
All right.
I just like certain morphs, and even if I can't sell them, I'm gonna make them the way I like to look at them, because you got to look at them right if you're gonna hold them. So that's just how I
Yeah.
look at it. So
Well, I always tell everybody, you know, me personally, I don't necessarily, I mean, I do to some extent follow what the market does, but I want to make something that's me and something that I enjoy sliding that box open for, you know?
yeah. So I hatched this boy out. This is a super chocolate het clown boy I made, and he's breeding for me. So kind of excited. Every baby's going to be chocolate. We'll just see how many clowns he spits out. So, and I've been pairing him with this one girl right now. Unfortunately, her eyes are cleared back up, but she's fixing to shed. So this is a fire chocolate yellow belly clown. And I think, to me, the only way to make this better that I could think of was to try to make a super form with the fire and yellow belly too. So she's breeding him, or he's breeding her, to make the super chocolate fire yellow belly clowns. I think that'll be a fantastic morph.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a good thing he didn't say, hey, the male's got fire, the female's got fire, because then it's like, hey, I made a bunch of white snakes. Or, hey, the male has YB, female has YB. Hey, I made more white snakes.
Well, being you brought that up, I'm starting to get heavy in yellow belly in my collection. So it's getting to be a challenge sometimes. And sometimes you just gamble with the risk or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's like, I've always tried to pride my job or hobby here and my collection is, I don't make bells. I don't make normal pieds. I don't make ivories. To me, there is a place for it. Don't get me wrong. A friend of mine, Don Shores, with Shores Enough Reptiles, a lot of people know him. He's been in the industry probably 40 years or 45 years now. He'll sell probably 300 to 400 blue-eyed leucistics every year. I mean, and they're not $500 anymore like they used to be, but it's still a good solid $300 to $350. So that adds up. And I just try not to compete with that. To me, that's a pet grade animal. Nothing wrong with pet grade animals. I mean, a lot of people, that's all we can get. You know what I'm saying? And we all started off that way. Backing up a little bit, my very first proud purchase was a bumblebee ball python, so pastel and spider. So it was black and yellow. It was pretty. So, and I thought I was hung the moon on that one. And I paid probably $400, almost $500 for that 10, 12 years ago. And I just bought that one as a pet. So, I'm trying to think if I got anything. I mean, I have plenty of stuff. Is there any questions or anything? Is there anything y'all are looking for? Because I probably have one, especially in clown. So.
Well, I'm big on hypo and calico.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Those are my passion projects. I've here recently acquired quite a bit more calico sugar.
So this is a hypo calico female.
Yeah.
Not hit for anything, but just hypo visual. So I'll make something with her. And then she's probably going to see this little boy when obviously she's got some growing to do. So that's a hypo GHI lesser.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
we hatched this one out here last year also. Little boy, so he'll hang around for a while. We got a few things we can play with him. So just to make some visual hypo stuff, and that's not a not a high dollar project, just as a one single recessive and multi codon, but I mean it's $200, $300, $400. I mean those add up, So I'm still happy to make those. Let's see. I'm going to tell on myself a little bit. So this guy here is about 20 months old. and just now hitting 630 grams. But 2 months ago, he was about 450 grams. He just finally came on eating or whatever, but I hatched him out. Very difficult feeder for a long time. He'd eat once and then skip a month, sometimes 2 months, and then eat again, just stringing himself along. But I think I threw him in with a girl just to see, just to like, okay, you're either going to make it or not, buddy, so, and I mean, make it as in babies, hopefully. But, and I think that sparked him. He's like, hey, there's better things in life out there. So now he started eating it so he can get busy.
Yeah. Like they say, you put them in a paper sack, you drive them around the block a few times, it sparks something, you ship them halfway across the U.S. and back, and then they come on to food. And there's a plethora of tricks that you can try for sure.
That is very true. So telling more of my history, I've had multiple partners in this, whatever. And the guy I'm with now, his name is Seth Owens, and we're not really partners. We're just friends. Partnerships never work out. Somebody gets greedy. Somebody lies to somebody. Feelings get hurt, whatever. You just gotta, if you do a breeding loan, you got to dot every I and cross every T, because you got to figure out, okay, we might only get 3 eggs. We might get 10 eggs. And how are we going to divide that up? Or we might get 7 eggs and there's an odd number. So who gets the odd number? What do you do with that extra animal? What if there's only one really nice visual and the rest are just plain old hets or more common stuff? You just, people get, when it comes to money, people can get crossways real easy. That's all I'm saying. So, I've had one guy, he was in San Antonio, started off as a real good guy. I had a hurricane come through my area and we got flooded with 10 inches of water in our house. And I had, probably 150 animals at the time. And, I was going to either have to sell out or get rid of them because we had to gut our house and rebuild it and everything as far as the sheetrock and insulation and everything. And, no power for a while and all that stuff. And he helped me out. Don't get me wrong, because I'm still in the hobby because of him, but it lasted longer than it probably should have. I should have just let him help me at the time that I needed help, got my facility built back, and then brought my stuff back over here. But he wanted to hold on because I had some good animals. He had some good animals, and we could combine them and make better animals together. So we stayed as partners for a long time, probably 5 years. And then I started going over there, and there was another customer that come in, and they were friends of his, and she's talking about an animal that she purchased from him and that is doing well. It's eating good for him. And it was a partnership animal that I should have got half the money. And that was the first time. And then I caught him, I finally got my money out of finally blatantly asking him in front of that customer, like, where's my half, and this, that, and the other. And he always had an excuse, and anyway, caught him in about 4 or 5 more lies. And then he hooked up with this little groupie and started cheating on his wife. And I was like, you're just showing too many true moral colors here. I'm out, buddy. Sorry. So I ended up getting all my stuff. But thinking back, there was sometimes I didn't get to go over there for more than a 2-month gap. There was probably babies that hatched and got sold, but that I never even saw, But so just, be careful with who you're friends with or somewhat so-called friends, because, been doing this a long time. I did it for 10 years with colubrids and saw people stab each other in the back and cut ties and friendship. I saw family members split up and never speak again. That's drastic sometimes, and it's not worth it. I'm in this to have fun. My buddy Seth, we've come to the realization when we got in this, we were selling chocolate clowns for $2,000. Now they're maybe $500-600 at best, unless you get 3 or 4 more combos in there with them. We've just come to the realization the snake is going to sell what it's going to sell for. You just be happy with it. It's extra money no matter what. This is always a hobby. I never depend on this money to sell snakes to pay my bills. I have a real job that does that for me. This is fun and hobby. If I want to sell 10 snakes or 20 snakes and go out and buy a gun or a four-wheeler or whatever, that's what that money's for. Or a catastrophe happens and a transmission drops in a car. That's what that pays for. It's a rainy day fund kind of thing. So that's just the best thing. Any customer that comes to me that buys a snake or 5 or whatever, I ask them what their plans are, what they're doing. And I always tell them, just keep it light and fun. X amount of numbers that you can handle easily in a week to take care of and feed, because you're either making your own food or buying your own food to feed the snakes, and just keep it light and don't ever depend on this money to pay the bills. That's the biggest advice I can give any new breeder or new customer in this hobby. For me, that's the number one thing I tell them every time. So
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're real big on letting it known that we're not necessarily in it for the money. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's nice to get a little back to help further the projects and reinvest. And if I sell extra rats or something, maybe that's enough to buy a snake or pay for the food and bedding and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But the moment you let money be the sole motivator, I think you're asking for trouble. You're asking for that type of experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to remain about the passion of working with the animals and the friendships you make along the way and things like that. At least in my mind, that's how I feel and that's how I approach it.
Yeah.
Agreed,
I
100%.
agree with that.
You're racing to the bottom if you're chasing the money always.
Yeah.
You may have $1 million in your bank account, but at the end of the day, your character is shot. Nobody wants to do business with you. You made $1 million, but that was a one-time thing, because after you burn them bridges, you're not going to build them back up.
Exactly.
You've lost it at that point.
There's too many other options in this hobby,
Yep.
So, everybody's got, well, I say everybody, we've all had enemies in this hobby, like I got into the puzzle project through another guy, and the guy who supposedly founded the puzzle, he and him were kind of partners back in the day. And like I say, not going to use names, but anyway, the guy that I got my puzzles from was owed money. So instead of giving him back the animals that he was going to make more puzzles with, the original breeder, he sold them to me to get some of his money back. They weren't the other guy's animals. He picked them up for what the guy owed him, kind of thing. We're talking $50,000+ is what the guy owed him. So he's like, I'm going to take this, and this, whatever. And these were babies. I bought them, they were 110 grams or whatever. And so the guy wanted them back, and he's like, no, you already owe me money. You're not getting them back. I'm making my money this way. I said, I'm going to pay myself back, basically. So when I got into that through him, the original guy swore up and down I was like enemy number one to him or whatever, because I don't know if he didn't like my personality or whatever, but so he browbeat me and all this stuff on the internet and tried to bad talk me and all this other stuff, and all these guys that I've been partners with, it was amicable splits or whatever, whether they got butt hurt or whatever because I pulled my collection back out, that's up to them. But I've had a lot of guys go up against me, and I'm still here and they're not. You know what I'm saying? So not that I'm trying to make enemies by any means. I love going to the shows and talking to everybody at the shows, and I hope they all do well. I want everybody to do well in this hobby, but it's just personality conflicts sometimes, and you can't help that. It's on them most of the time. So
yeah, and I've always been a man of many hobbies. It's like that in every single hobby I've ever been in.
Yeah,
every single one has got these people you don't want to deal with, this griping, this I call it high school drama stuff,
Yeah.
And then you got a bunch of good guys over here, and those are the guys you end up wanting to be associated with and not even mess with these people over here.
Right.
It's always like that. But if you try hard enough and you keep yourself clean enough, you'll find those people.
Well, like I say, the guy that was attacking me in the past, this was probably 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. He's been known for that. He's attacked Justin Kobelka. He's attacked Ozzie Boyds. And he's attacked multiple other big breeders or whatever. Kevin McCurley, Nerd. He's attacked him
Nerd.
for things, whatever, So, this guy's just known for that or whatever. He's not happy with himself, so he tries to bring other people down and just talk about them, So, like I say, I'm not going to say any names or whatever, but you know, to me, when he started bashing me, yeah, it wasn't fun. I didn't like it, but with him attacking these other guys, he put me in good company, you know. So me and Ozzy, we chat sometimes 2-3 times a month. Sometimes it might be 2 or 3 months before we chat again. But I've been to Tinley about half a dozen times, vending a couple of them, and he just took a liking to me, you know. I mean, like I say, I probably got 5 or 6 animals in here from him also, you know, and we chat all kinds of stuff, whatever. He's one of the guys that I can talk to snakes, real estate, stocks, politics, and he's got a different opinion on politics than me, but we can have an amicable, peaceful conversation and an adult conversation. I'm not mad at him and his views, and he's not mad at me and my views. It is what it is, you know. So we talk a lot more about other things than snakes, even though he's still one of the big guys, of course. You know, I mean, he's branded himself. He's been in this 20 plus years, but he doesn't do shows anymore. And I wish guys like y'all could still go out and meet him or whatever and talk to him face to face. I mean, and he has such a plethora of knowledge. It's amazing. And he's so free and willing to share it. You know what I'm saying? Such a good guy. And you can't say that about everybody in the hobby. You know, there are guys who, I mean, I'm an open book here. You know, you talked about not showing all projects if I don't want. I'm an open book. Anything you want to see, I'm comfortable enough with my projects that I'm either far enough ahead of you. I want you to trail me because I might make something you might need to buy down the road to help your project progress too, like where it's at to mine. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hide anything. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'd like to say I just have fun. I want new guys like y'all to do very well and be successful, so y'all can come buy into the puzzle project, or maybe I'll make a clown good enough that you'll like it, John, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. There are some out there. I will say that there are a few clowns out there that
it's
might,
such a niche hobby anyway. Don't restrict yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so I don't do a lot of pieds. You know, I got several in the mahogany stuff, but I have a pair of hypopieds. I have one pair, 1.1 of the Marcus Jane VPI Xanthic pieds. And y'all been talking about, not VPI, Marcus Jane Xanthic pieds, the lightning pieds. But I went that route just because, in my opinion, I mean, this is a 1,400 gram female. That's as dark and flashing as a baby VPI Xanthic. It's still black and silver, black and gray. It hasn't browned out, you know. Yeah. And so when I start going something with the hypo, I'm going to have a better line, or what I think is a better line of Xanthic to make the true ghost instead of the VPI. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just my personal opinion. VPI is good. It's been around a lot longer. That's why it's more popular. But I don't know. Like I say, I just always have tried to do head and shoulders above the norm. You know what I'm saying? The average. And this is the boy. So you talked about the low white pieds or whatever. He just has the one ringer basically, and of course the white belly. But you know, so she's more of a medium white. This is about the most white I want on my pieds with her. I like the lower white pieds myself, and I've had a few, not in VPI but or Xanthics, but I've had a few all pattern, no white pieds, you know, other than the belly. Gotcha. And I like that. You know, Inchy does that a lot. It'll add a lot of pattern.
I do want to just highlight the fact that female does have an H stamp on her. She belongs over here. you know. I'll be honest. That's why I still have that Posset hypo, is because she has her little H stamp, and I'm like, oh, pay homage to the Hollands, buddy. Let's go. Okay. Oh, Big Worm, that's MJ. That's the MJ Xanthic line.
I would have shown you the boy that I'm breeding that Desert Ghost puzzle to, but he's locked up with a Mojave Orange Dream Cypress het puzzle female right now, and I've been trying to get them
jacked up.
I didn't know what that hand signal was or whatever.
He's trying to make the zoom go back.
Oh, okay.
He's like, drag the screen.
Yeah. I got 3 chances this year. 2 of them I hatched out, 1 I bought, but I have 3 chances at super blackhead puzzles this year. So we'll see how that goes. So
Nice.
trying to see. I know we're usually about a 2-hour limit. We got about 10 minutes left or whatever. So I'm just trying to see if I got anything else that I haven't really showed off that really needs to be shown off or whatever. So. I guess to me it's a disappointment, but I was very disappointed in GHI Inchy Clowns. I mean, I love GHI Clowns and stuff, but this is pretty much just a backstripe and spots or whatever. But this is GHI Inchy Clown. So, oh, come on, get your head around.
Very just subtle.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on, but
yeah, very reduced as I call it, So yeah. And then, then you get this one here, which I think is this is still my best guess. It's going to be shit tested out, but I think this is a GHI Yellow Belly Cypress Clown.
oof.
It has the GHI head stamp, it did put some pattern on it.
Yeah.
Whereas Cypress has just a plain head kind of thing. So, but we have, I have Voodoo. I'm playing with a little bit of that from Bob Voo. She's sitting right about 800 grams, but this pinstripe leopard Voodoo clown, het clown. So female. So she's pretty nice. I'm excited to get her close to size and try to get some Voodoo clowns. He had some super Voodoo clowns at the last Dallas NARBC, and they were really nice. I liked them. So, like I say, excited about this girl getting there.
Yeah. She's going to produce some bangers for sure. Definitely pinstripe in certain things works phenomenally. For sure. It's, it's very old morph, but man, it works.
Yeah. This one got a little bit of dry shed, but this is black pastel spot nose yellow belly calico het clown female. So going to be doing she got a nice ringer on her. So kind of excited to get her size. Got a little bit of a bad shed, but that won't hurt her breeding.
This time of year, that's a thing everybody's battling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's an Indiana staple right there. Humidity is not right. that is a take on it. They said Voodoo is similar to Acid and Confusion in a sense.
Okay.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Sinful Serpents is, yeah.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine. That's Mike Labra. He's out of Houston.
Gotcha.
Yep. This one here is a redhead, yellow belly, fire, spot nose, leopard het clown. So basically a redhead, fire, yellow belly, Batman het. And I'm breeding her to another straight redhead clown. Try to make some super redhead clowns with combo. So yeah, so picked her up last year in a collection.
Yeah. Couple of pixel pinstripe clutches. Not a third coast. That sounds pretty nice. Pixel does it pretty good.
This one here came from California, from Azani Morphs. So this is no yellow belly. This is just inchy lace het clown. So pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'll be breeding her to a. Well, this will be a chance for ivories. So I have a yellow belly lace clown het DG that she'll probably be seeing. So I'll take a gamble on that one. So.
Right. Trying to prove out the super lace, the white lace.
That's the goal, and hopefully I hit one with a clown and only yellow belly on one side.
Yeah.
I'm like Carl on this one. I'm a late sleeper on this one, but this is just a bongo clown female. And I didn't realize how nice it was, but I'm very excited to start working with just bongo and other. Well, I'll be mixing it, but
It almost puts those suction cups on there like the
yeah,
Kraken.
poor man's
Yeah.
cracking again. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure what direction I'm gonna go with it. I'm leaning towards blackhead because in my R&D time when I'm on Morph Market, that's kind of been the neatest combo I've seen with bongo. Just a
Yeah.
2 gene combo. So
yeah,
Yeah.
bongo blackheads look real good. Real good.
So
Yeah.
Val's wondering, what would you consider your most rare snake that you have?
A most rare snake that I have. I would probably still say that the big Pompeii female is the most rare one. I mean, they're getting to be more common, but still, probably less than 5% of collections have one in their collection now.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of the multi-gene combo. But, I mean, this next year is going to be a whole lot of changes. With girls getting up to size, new stuff. I don't know. Let me back that up. This was the world's first, and I know only one other person who's made the hypo mahogany pied. So that's probably my rarest and most proud because I produced it. So
Nice.
yeah, so I gotta I'm gonna get her re-shed tested, but I believe she came back correct just from her colors and patterns. But so they put the red stripe test up in shed testing, and they've taken it back down because they were getting false positives and false negatives and stuff. But this girl got sent off as a shed test. I bought her as a Posset clown in Dallas probably 2 years ago now, as a baby, of course. And she came back as a pastel cypress, super red stripe, chocolate yellow belly het clown female, which, I mean, I knew she was a female, but I'm just saying all that's in her. So I'm kind of excited. I mean, all I really needed to put a single gene male to her because there'd be so many combos. I don't know. You start doing 4 and 5 gene combos to 4 and 5 gene combos, you do a lot of head scratching.
It's anybody's guess, right? It's like,
Yeah.
maybe.
Everybody's got an opinion, So.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about her. This is another neat one. I did get this from Bob Vu also with that Voodoo. I got her the next year. I got the Voodoo one, well, actually probably 6 months apart because Dallas comes twice. But this girl's a mouthful of genes too. So this one is I'm going to have to pull the tub out so I can read it off. So can y'all see her good now?
Yeah.
So she's GHI Mojave Red Stripe Yellow Belly Black Pastel Confusion Clown is what Bob Vu told me when I bought her. So
Definitely
I'm
a
excited.
mouthful on that.
yeah, that's a mouthful. Like I say, I may just breed her to a plain clown male. So I don't want to add any more to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of excited about some things coming up and things I've made and that are getting closer. And I don't know. Actually, this is probably the male I'll breed her to. He's already breeding for me to another girl, but so this is a Cypress Wookiee clown. So Cypress and Wookiee are allelic, and so it'll split. So at least with her, I'll know all the babies are either going to be Cypress or Wookiee, and then I'll figure out what she throws into it later on. So
There you go. Yeah. Simplify it for yourself, right?
yeah.
Smart play.
I'm doing a 3-way allelic breeding with him right now. So I have a Wookiee spot nose, black pastel, yellow belly clown. So Wookie and Spot Nose are allelic, and this guy's Wookie and Cypress. So Wookie and Cypress are allelic. So he's gonna split, she's gonna split. So I'll just have to see where all the genes line up, whatever. And they've been locking up now for the last 2 months, or whatever. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
But obviously I got more stuff I can show, but I know we're getting close to the end time, and we can save that for another time down the road.
For sure. We appreciate you coming on with us this evening and showing. Listen,
I've enjoyed it.
I love Snake and Tail, and you absolutely blown it out of the water with Snake and Tail. I'm just saying.
Right.
You got me pretty close to being sold on certain clown combos. Pretty close. G Paul in the comments, he's been trying to wear me down for ever since we started, honestly. And I'm like, nope, I'm holding out. Nope. Pretty close.
Yeah. Hey, well, we got time to work on you. You're how long? You've been doing this what? A couple years?
Couple years now, yeah. So I've owned snakes now we're coming up on year probably 7 of owning. Active breeding now for probably Carl, how old's your snake?
Going on 3.
Going on 3. So I actively breeding for 4 years, successfully breeding for 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Carl got a baby off of my first official clutch. It was a fire spider female to what was sold to me as banana pastel inchy male.
Okay.
No way, shape, or form did I have any banana pop out in that, and I was kind of shocked that there was no banana pop out. But she turned out to be Firefly.
So it's actually a male,
and it turned out to be a boy.
Rookie mistake, but that's all right. We've all done it.
Yeah.
So he's got a number 3 right here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
So we're all the time saying raise hell, praise Dale.
There you go.
I mean, it's still a full adult and still beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one nice thing with that
no
fire
brown
gene.
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
fire
it's
keeps the light
actually
bright.
getting ready to go into shed. So
Yeah.
Yep.
He
it's
still looks
actually a little lighter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was one of his very first productions.
Yeah, and the only one that I actually still have tabs on, by the way. I've checked in with several other people that got got siblings of that snake, and I haven't heard back from any of them. The only person I actually hear back from is Carl about the snakes. So
that's usually good. No news is good news. Usually, if they have problems, they're going to call you, right? So
right.
Yeah.
But no, that snake turned out phenomenal, and it actually. So I that was my holdback snake, but Carl wanted it bad. You could tell just by when he held it. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
I'll let it go.
I originally went over there for one of the spider combos, and I saw that snake, and I was like, this one.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Reluctantly.
Yeah. Very reluctant, but I was like, all right, that's fine. Yeah, that'll work.
So, I mean, he's producing sperm, so
yeah.
You got something you want to use him on.
Yeah.
At the moment, no, I don't. Mainly because I'm not really heavy on the pastel stuff right now. I've kind of bit more towards the black pastel. So
that's what I've gotten rid of most of the pastel. I mean, I still have some with a lot in the puzzle, but it just takes time to work itself out, basically. So
Yeah. But just like me, like majority of my red stripe stuff that's connected to clown already is wrapped up in pastel or super pastel. So I've got to pull that away to branch off in another direction. Yes, I'm going to keep pastel going this way. Yeah, but I got some other things I want to do with it over here in the darker stuff. So
Yep.
Yeah, but, I mean,
Yeah, I think at least here I'm showing 12 minutes after 9.
Yep, same.
I'll go ahead and pull myself off the big screen. I'm slacking. Is there anything you guys you want to say to anybody or to everybody before you leave, Darren?
I think I pretty much covered it. Earlier. I think if you get into this hobby, do it for the passion. Don't do it for the money, of course. I mean, there is money to be made. Don't get me wrong. I was just doing my numbers, not bragging or anything, but for my taxes, I did. I only do about 16 shows, 17 shows a year, and I did almost 30,000 in sales. And I don't do morph market. I just do local shows and word of mouth kind of thing. So I have people pass my cards out, and I'll get texts and calls or whatever. And hey, do you have this? And yes, I do. And I've never shipped an animal. I've received lots of animals. I still got to figure out that if I want to expand out farther and start going to, if there was something you guys wanted, I mean, obviously I need to figure it out, but I have plenty of boxes I can ship them in. I just never made the labels or anything like that, but I think it just, in general, just keep it light, keep it fun, make friends in this. It's too easy to make enemies. So, try harder and make friends instead of enemies. Those seem to be like weeds in a lawn. They're going to pop up. You're going to get an enemy here or there, whether it's a true statement that they're mad at you about or a false statement. People talk, unfortunately. So just, find something you like, stick to it, work with what you have, whether it's the budget or the genetics that you have. I mean, we all had a starting point, I wasn't spending big money on snakes when I got into this. I mean, $200 to $300 was a lot of money for a bumblebee plant, a bumblebee snake back in the day, So now, my collection has progressed to where it's at. Like I say, not bragging again, but it almost is a $2,000 to $4,000 snake to do any help or improvement to my collection, So, I mean, there's genes out there that I want to get into, but I don't want to spend that kind of money. I want to get into Cosmos. I love that gene. I think there's some phenomenal stuff with that. There's been some controversies come up with it recently where it's not just a single gene. It's a combo that makes it look that color and pattern. But, I mean, that's one on my list, and Tornado is another one I want to get into. But those are at $20,000 value right now. And as well as I do with this, I'm still not that dumb to spend that kind of money yet, So that
well, and in the hobby itself, like the popularity of morphs, it's all on, it's kind of ebb and flow, and it's, oh, look over here, and oh, look over here. So those high dollar projects can lose value quite a bit pretty quickly. And that's just something to be cognizant about, and that's why I don't mind at all to wait a little bit till something falls a little closer to my budget before I buy it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not only am I limited to space, but I'm limited to budget as well, because I'm very, very green behind the ear, or wet behind the ears, however you want to say it, in the hobby still. Yeah. And I'm fully aware of that, So, I mean, that's fairly sound advice, I believe.
Sure.
Now, you want to tell everybody where they can find you in case they're looking and want to talk snakes, talk shop?
So I have a Facebook page. It's Crown Royal Pythons. It has a black snake as a symbol, as my icon. I started off as my very first Suma, cinnamon Suma I made. So, and then on Instagram, you can find me at Crown_Royal_Pythons. And then I have a personal page, Darren Jacobs, on Facebook that you can find me on. So all three of those are there. You can, hook up with me there, and then eventually we'll get where you'll have my phone number, and texting is best, So, but you can reach out through Messenger that way, or Facebook, or the Instagram. I check all three of them multiple times daily. So,
all right, John, you got any closing statements?
Just per usual, everybody, we love you. We love all the support that you give. Thank you for coming out on a Monday. We appreciate you. Darren, for coming and showing off and kind of pumping everybody up with the awesome, you're raising the bar. raise the roof, raise the bar just a little bit further, for, what people can see is out there, and, those great, amazing snakes that people are producing. You see the passion and the drive in your eyes with the hobby. You're a guy that's like, hey, look at this snake. Hey, look at this snake. Hey, look at this. Like, and the excitement doesn't stop. So, props to you for that. Again, we appreciate everybody that shows up. Thank you guys. Give everybody a follow. Give us a like. Smash the like button on YouTube. The further that we can get this out there to people, the better that this production turns into. Me and Carl are so grateful that we have kind of evolved, and you guys have kind of been through it all. So we again, thank you so much. You can find me at Void Century Serpents on Facebook, IG. You can find my personal page. It's John Holland. You'll see this actually like Xfinity hoodie and everything in the picture, in the profile picture. I'm pretty easy to identify, same big head as ever, But yeah, again, thank you guys so much. And we look forward to seeing you guys next Monday. Carl, who do we have next Monday? Isn't it Val?
So I never did hear back from Val, but he was asked to be on next Monday.
Yeah, I
So
remember
Val,
that. I remember that. Yeah.
Reach out to me, Val.
Yeah.
So if we can't arrange to where Val's on, it's going to be an open panel night.
Nice.
We want to rotate some people in out of the audience and just have a good conversation. So
yeah.
Awesome.
I just want to peep that comment. It says, where's my Sasquatch in a thong? That's
yeah. So I'm still waiting on Nick to send me the thong. So he gets that, and then I'll send it directly to you, Dennis. You'll get your Sasquatch in a thong.
I should have said something earlier. That Cypress mahogany, that Cypress Wookiee clown. That's what we call that, the Sasquatch. So the guy that produced that calls it the Sasquatch morph. So.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Garrett will be on actually. You get to see.
So he was having some internet outage and some issues with weather.
Yeah.
Down there. So I'll be looking forward to having Garrett on because he's had to miss this tonight and last week because he got called into work last week. So
that'll be good.
I believe Val said yes, he can be on. So that's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. So shoot me a message, Val. We'll borrow a logo and see if we can't get an advert made up. This past 2 weeks, we kind of been slipping on that. Everybody's been busy.
Yeah.
John's been working hard. Garrett's been working hard, and I've had plenty of stuff going on too. So as far as the social media side of things, it's been kind of lacking.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as that, my closing statements are this: breed what excites you, and if you're not into the breeding aspect, take advice from people. Always improve your husbandry, and as always, thank you for all the support the whole community has given us. They've been through it all with us. The growing pains, the butchered shows we've had on Instagram with the OBS stuff where they were looking at shoulders all night.
Yeah.
So it really means a lot to me personally. And like I said, we're not in here for the money, never going to be in here for the money. It's all for the community and for the brotherhood and sisterhood even, and making friends and painting some awesome looking snakes. I love to paint worms. That's what I'm doing. So
there you go.
Yeah.
April 24th. We'll have to get on shortly after that because that's when those pixel clowns will be hatching out. So I'll have to get with y'all and show y'all some of those when they come out.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Pixel's something that's definitely had my eye. I know it's still kind of up in there a little bit on the dollar worth, but it's definitely something that's I see a lot that can be done with it. So
I'm just hoping it's not going to be like the hets are better than the clowns, in my world, because I'm a clown guy. But I know Rice has made a pixel clown supposedly, but it had leopard in it, and that's supposed to be a big no-no to cross that because leopard kills pixel, from what I've been told from Mike and another guy now. So we'll see. I'll know in 60 days.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, I think this is a wrap. So thanks for tuning in. And before we go, make sure you're paying attention to that scroll down at the bottom right there. Deeds, not words. It's still alive. If you can't afford to buy a shirt, $35 shirt, first package, and you just got a couple dollars to donate, go to the fatmannation.com. Anything is acceptable. And you got to support the vets, right?
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
They're the biggest reason that we're still able to do what we do here and still get to complain about the things we don't like. So,
Yeah, they have taken care of us. It's time to take care of them.
absolutely.
Yep.
Sure.
So we'll talk to you guys later. Enjoyed having you on, Darren.
Enjoyed
And
it.
we'll catch you guys next Monday.
All right, guys. Thank y'all again.
For sure. Peace out, everybody.